Today on the Chat and Chew Show.
Right.
Oh, yeah, we can get this passive aggressive thing going.
Because, the thing about communication, too, is that it's not just speaking and it's not just verbal, it's nonverbal.
Yes.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Roxanne, and today we're making a mashed sweet potato.
All right, you want to try? So we may have a little one in the background. You going to be okay with that?
I am. I think it's great.
Okay, cool. All right, well, hello everybody, and welcome to the Chat and Chew Show. My name is Betty.
And I'm Roxanne.
And this show is designed to empower you to do relationships better. And we always like to say relationships are not just romantic relationships. They are, okay, this is like being an auntie, being a mother, a grandma. Hey, an employee, a coworker. Yeah, you can keep going down the list on relationships.
I love it.
Hey, it is what it is today, y'all.
But okay, so we're talking about everyone being in relationships.
Yeah.
One thing that I know is huge, anyone will talk about is how communication is key.
Oh my gosh, you are correct. Communication is not just talking, though.
No.
I think people think, I'm communicating.
I'm telling them.
Right. No, you are just talking. Right? Communication, I think, is two-way.
Yeah.
Talking and listening.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's a group activity.
It's a group activity. And it's not just, I'm going to wait till you get done talking so I can say what I want to say. You know what?
That's
Even if you speak the same language, you still need to work on communication because you can say one thing and then I say it a different way or the same way, but we interpret it two different ways.
Yeah.
Be like, I thought you said, well, yeah, I said it, but I meant it that
like
kind of
we all have our own filter.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, and so you have to make sure that what is being said is understood and that you're actively listening.
Yeah.
And
yes. Oh my gosh. Actively, I'm terrible with that. Actively listening, because I'll be letting you talk, and then I'm like, wait till you take a breath, then I've got to say mine.
Oh goodness.
Wow. So we know that communication affects every single relationship that you're in. So this is going to be a fun show today.
It is.
Where we're going to talk about communication. So stay tuned. Okay, I guess I wasn't communicating clearly about eat your corn dog, but not here at the table with us. All right, well, welcome back to the Chat and Chew Show. And again, our show is designed to empower you to do your relationships better.
That's right.
And we're going to do it better by
communicating.
Oh my gosh.
You know what's funny, Betty? We talking about communication and how different things, people have their own filters.
Yeah.
So it was funny because it made me think of my niece, and I was talking to her one day, right? So I go and visit with her, and she's about 5 now.
Oh wow, okay.
And I've been there since she was a baby and been around, and we play I'm her playmate.
Okay.
I'm a fun auntie, but she takes
Oh,
advantage
nice.
of me too.
Okay.
She knows I don't know the rules. So,
Oh, okay,
when
yeah,
I'm left
yeah.
alone with her, she's
Right.
plotting against me. I know I'm gonna get what I want
Right,
today.
right. I'm with auntie.
Yeah. So one day I'm with her because when she was younger, I would call her Munchkin, and I'd be like, "Hey, Munchkin," and "How are you doing, Munchkin?" And then when she started to get bigger, I wanted to acknowledge that, especially being 5, she's becoming a big girl now.
Yeah.
She's girl, so I'll be like, "There's my big girl." And so it was funny when I said that. I'm thinking, "Oh, I'm acknowledging that she's growing and she's getting bigger and everything." And she was like, one day she said to me, she said, "You still love big girls too, right?"
Oh.
Because her name changed. She's like, "I want to make sure. Because you loved me as a Munchkin.
Oh.
Do you love me as a big girl?"
Oh.
And I was like, that's something I would have never thought of.
Yeah.
That she would have needed to clarify.
Yeah.
That, I really do. It's no different.
Yeah.
I love you always.
Yeah.
But that little change.
Miscommunication.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is so crazy. That is crazy. Communication is huge. I think it's small things like that, Another thing is people not being able to communicate. You made me think of like their love for the person. Like how many guys have grown up and their dad never said to them, I love you, but maybe said it to everybody else, and the impact that it had on them. I was talking to my husband recently, and he said he knew his dad loved him. His dad has passed, but he don't remember him ever saying that to him.
Wow.
Or I'm proud of you, or any of that. So not communicating communicates too.
Yes.
It's like you grow up thinking, well, you didn't really like me. Well, yeah, I did like you, but I didn't know how to say that to you. Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy. So communication is huge. Communication has wrecked many of relationships.
It has.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, especially as women. I don't know. Maybe not every woman is this way. We got some women who like gonna tell it like it is and how they feel, and then a lot of women, they tend to stuff it, right, and not communicate how they are feeling about whatever is going on.
But then in other ways we do, right?
Oh yeah, we can get this passive aggressive thing going.
Because the thing about communication too is that it's not just speaking and it's not just verbal. It's nonverbal.
Yes.
It's like, oh well, I'm not going to tell you what's wrong with me.
Right.
But I am going to eat the last.
Right.
I'm going to eat the last biscuit, even though I know you love biscuits.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Or this whole passive aggressive, like, are you gonna go wash the clothes? Yeah, I'll wash the clothes, and you don't wash them. That can wreck a relationship.
Yeah.
So on the other side of the break, we're gonna be talking about things that you can do to make your relationship better. We're laughing because you're like, okay, where is Coach Donisha?
Now, a delicious word. Let's chew.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Roxanne, and today we're making a mashed sweet potato. Now what I love about mashed sweet potatoes is that I can get my sweet tooth satisfied, but also feel a little more healthy because I'm eating a vegetable. And so we're going to get started by cooking our sweet potatoes. And I'm using pre-cut squares instead of the whole sweet potato just because it's saving me a little more time. And I'm going to boil mine. You can also roast them if you like, but all we need is to have the sweet potato cooked and soft. And once they're cooked and you can cut through them with a spoon, then we now can start doing our mash. And so we're going to I'm adding my cinnamon now, and then I'm mashing that up. And I'm also parceling out some milk. I'm going to use almond milk, even though you can use regular milk or cream, whatever you would prefer. And once you mix that in, and you don't need a lot, so you can kind of mix and stir as you go, so you can see the consistency, because it'll just depend on how much sweet potatoes that you're using. And so once you've stirred that in and got a good consistency, that's not, you don't want it to be too soggy. That's why we're taking our time with that. Then we can move forward to adding some honey. And so with the honey, I'm not going to add a lot. I think I'm adding less than 1/4 cup, because again, a little bit of honey can go a long way in terms of sweetening, and then you already have like a little sweetness to the sweet potato. And so I'm going to add that honey in and stir that in as well. And then I also like a little nutmeg in mine also, so I'm adding that to my mixture. And once that's in there, then my dish is ready to be plated, and then it's ready for those finishing touches that make it so yummy. So very, very important thing that I'm going to add when I put it in my bowl or in my plate is some butter. Yes, I love butter, and it's going to give me a little extra salt there that adds to that sweet and savory taste. And then I'm also going to sprinkle some sugar on top of my sweet potatoes, and so you can use a brown sugar, which is pretty good with this, or what I'm going to use is coconut extract. And this coconut sugar, it's a different flavor, but I like it. So that's what I'm adding to mine. And then once you add that, then you're good to go. Now, feel free to season it any way you like, because I like a sweeter taste for my sweet potatoes. Some people may like it more savory, so you may want to try with salt and pepper instead of using honey. Just play around with it and see what you like. All right, give it a try. Let me know what you think, and until next time.
All right, well, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I want to say, wasn't that delicious? I think it was
Whatever it was.
It was delicious. Cool. So we're talking about communication, and we have already identified that
Okay, so,
let me communicate. All right, let us finish, honey. Almost done. All right, so welcome back.
And we're back.
So thank you so much for joining us here at the Chat and Chew Show. And today we're talking about communication. Mm-hmm. And we've already identified that communication is more than you talking. It's talking and listening.
It is.
And not just listening, but kind of listening with an open view or ear.
Yeah.
Not just waiting for you to pause so I can jump in and say what I want to say.
Or waiting for you to say something that you can use against the person.
Oh my gosh,
Just
yes.
Wait for it. I know you're going to say something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what kind of communicator you are, but if I'm feeling any kind of emotion like anger or sadness, it's really difficult for me to communicate because I will end up crying as I'm communicating. And so that prevents you from being able to like get
say
it
what
out,
you're trying to
right? Because the emotion kind of gets in my way a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, so, which is unhelpful.
How's it go?
Okay. It's not helpful at all.
Sounds like a Christmas Carol.
I know. right. Yeah, so that is not helpful.
So it's like, people have different ways of processing information.
Oh, yeah.
Different ways of communicating.
It's like, I know. Tamari, come on. This is going to be a very interesting episode. Go over there, honey. Finish. We're almost done. And we're communicating.
Non-verbal communication.
I know. Oh, my gosh.
But I think, people have different ways of processing information.
Yeah.
So then it leads to they need different timing in terms of when they can communicate back to you what they're feeling.
True. Yeah.
So that seems like what you're talking about.
Yeah. I would need to if you said I'm not quick on my feet. Like if someone says something to me like snappy, quick, like the lady at the grocery store or something, I'm taken aback. And I don't some people have quick comeback.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. I'm with you.
I'm like, oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
And then I want to say something, but then my emotion get in the way, and it's like I'm ready to cry now. What would you?
I'm ready to cry. But when I get home,
I
got an answer for you.
Oh, I got an answer for you. No, how about me the next day? I got an answer for you the next day. Cause I done.
Where's that lady at?
I done process it. I can think about it.
Yes.
That is
unhelpful. But I always do that. Like later, I'm like, I should have said that.
I know.
I'm like, man.
I know.
I'm with you. I'm not quick. I'll tell my friends I have a delay. I have a delay because I have to process what you just did.
What you said
or whatever.
Yeah, and then there's not only what you said, but how you said it too. Because you're reading everything, you're not just reading what they're saying, but you're reading the body language behind it. You're reading all of it, and again, if it's emotional anger or disappointment or whatever, for me it takes a little bit of time to okay, let me digest, let me get my emotion out of the way so I can think clearly and then be able to respond. But sometimes you don't have that kind of time. You just get. Oh my gosh, recently, I'm telling you, we're in the state that I live in, the drivers here they don't care. They will honk their horn.
Oh, wow.
They will put their finger out at you. It's just crazy. So,
it's so serious out here.
Oh, it's serious. So this guy, I'm driving and I can barely see over, and the way the lanes are, and I'm on a street, a side street, and I'm trying to get over, and he pulls up next to me and yells out the window something, right? And I've learned, stop, honey. And I've learned that you don't do eye contact with someone who's rageful. So, but the whole day, I'm just, after that, I'm like, driving all sad, ready to cry, because I want to be able to say something back, but it was too quick for me to do it. So you're going to give us some things to think about when it comes to communication.
I am, Betty. You know what's funny?
I just straight feel like I went to a therapy session. I am, Betty.
I am that person. When people tell me something, I'm like, and how did that make you feel?
I know. Nice.
But yeah, it's funny because I think that one of the things that you can start with is just figuring out if we're speaking the same language.
Okay.
So it's what I'm saying. Like if when I use certain words or phrases, like you said, if you're speaking English, you still may not be speaking the same language. What you mean by that? Different types of slang, different what things mean in different industries.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so if you are when you're speaking or when you're communicating with each other, you kind of want to have a check to say, are we talking about the same thing? Number one.
Yeah.
You know, because we have the tendency to communicate with our emotions and how things made us feel versus what actually happened in the facts.
So how would I clarify then? What do I repeat back to you, or do I say something like, so you're saying?
Yeah, I would repeat back to the person what they're, you know, so what I hear you say is, what I'm hearing you say is X, Y, and Z.
And maybe say it how I'm hearing it.
Yeah.
Not exactly what they say.
Right, I would rephrase it.
Okay, yeah.
Because you say, when I hear you say that, it means this to me.
Right.
This is what I'm hearing.
Okay.
Is that correct?
No, I didn't mean that. What I meant was.
And you can't say it with like all your what I hear you saying is I was wrong.
It's like, no,
is that
I
what
wasn't saying that. I was
you want to just rephrase, like, am I hearing? So that takes active listening. So you have to be actually listening to the person to really try to understand what they're saying. Yeah. Which takes some patience on your part to like wait out your own emotions and what you want to express.
I think in an emotional situation, that can be difficult. Like if I'm getting ready, I don't fight, but let's just say I'm getting ready to fight. The emotion is high in that.
It's
so
very
I think
high.
Breathing and taking a step back to try to hear.
Taking a step back, And the other thing that I've learned too is, and for me, I'm a Christian, so it's like prayer is a good thing for me.
Yeah.
So I've learned that even in a very high, heightened situation where emotions are high and you're both like, tipping over. Yeah. I've developed the habit of saying a short prayer in my head, like,
that's good.
and really the prayer is, God, help me be honest. And so, because when our emotions are running and everything like that, you kind of want to say whatever paints the picture the way you see it. Yeah. You know, like, no, you didn't go. You know, especially if you're talking about facts and what happened. You try to paint the picture the way you saw it, so the person experiences your emotion. And it's like, God, help me be honest.
Yeah, that's good.
And so that's one of the things I use to try to, diffuse it and get to what the real bottom line is.
I had in one of my places of work, there was a situation that happened with a lady and some other people, and it escalated where all these people in her mind were coming against her, but she had said something negative about someone else. And literally she was like, y'all coming after me. Y'all coming after me.
That's how she did it.
Exactly how she did it, for real. And I was like, okay, everybody, hold on. Let me talk to you. And I pulled her aside, and she was like, saying this is what she heard, that the class, because they had a different opinion than hers, they were coming after her, like coming against her, like the whole class was coming, everybody's coming against her. And I was like, no, that wasn't what happened. And try to help her see that the way she interpreted the situation, her emotions were high, the whole class, everybody else just looking at her like, really?
Is that what you
like? Take it down a notch. It wasn't all that, right? But so
but that's a good point number 2 is consider your filters. Right. So there are certain ways that you're going to, because again we take communication is two ways.
Yeah.
So if you consider your filters, how do you normally hear things?
Yeah.
What are some of your triggers?
Yeah.
That make it hard for you to hear things a certain way?
Yeah.
So, you know, if you had past trauma with like an aggressive partner or whatever, like some people are like, well, anytime that you raise your voice, I feel like you're attacking me.
Yeah.
You know, and it may not be that way for the other person.
Yeah.
But in your mind, you're like, it's an attack.
Yeah.
And so they're coming at me this way.
Yeah.
You know?
I heard somebody say they didn't like to listen to a prominent preacher because he yells. And they like what he was saying, but they felt like I'm being yelled at.
Yeah, see?
But that's how he spoke. It wasn't, you know, that's all he preached, but that wasn't, but they heard it like, you're yelling at me, you're yelling at me. It's like nobody else in the room, I think, is thinking that way too. But yeah, your filter. I think too, like, if you are a combative person in your head, anybody can say anything to you.
Yeah.
And it's you coming after me. Yeah. It's like, no. Or you hating on me.
Right.
You know, it's like, everybody doesn't hate you. Right. Or no, everybody's not trying to fight you or whatever.
And that filter thing takes a big sense of self-awareness.
Yes.
So it's like, that takes some work.
Yes. To
know.
notice it. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you have to be in touch with yourself and some of your own insecurities.
Yeah.
Because that's like really the rough place we come from. When a lot of those conflicts and stuff.
Yeah. I'm really these days paying attention to the story I keep telling myself about different things. You know? Because I'll tell myself a story about, you know, if my husband does something, which is often, I'll tell myself this story, well, he's doing it on purpose, you know, and knowing that my husband is just simple, he just need a few things, you know what I mean? It's not like all complicated, but I done created this whole story in my head. He's doing it on purpose. He know I want the ketchup in the refrigerator, not in the cabinet.
He knew that.
He just trying to make.
He knew I like cold ketchup.
Right? Why would he put the ketchup in the cabinet? Right? And now it's a thing because I told myself the story. And this hasn't happened, but if I go to him, it's like, why did you put the ketchup in the cabinet? You know I like it in the refrigerator. He'll be like, what are you even talking about?
Like,
did I put the ketchup?
The what and the what?
What? I put it up.
It's
right?
so true.
Yeah, but you're filtered. Yes.
Yeah, because like one of the things I used to struggle a lot with was like being good enough.
Oh, yes.
And so it was hard for me to actually take criticism.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
It was so hard. Like years ago, it was hard because what it was is if you said, because I was a perfectionist.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a recovering perfectionist.
Okay.
And so if you said, oh, Roxanne, you got the wrong paper or you printed something, you know, I took that as, I shouldn't be on the show. I need to go. Oh, God. I printed the wrong paper. I shouldn't even be on a podcast like that. And I can say it jokingly now, but I used to be so bad.
Wow.
And so you couldn't even say like the smallest thing because I took it as, I just don't belong here at all.
Really?
I'm
so
going home.
is this you made a mistake or?
Yeah, a mistake. Like
yeah,
either or, a mistake or, you know, like I sing, right? So
yeah.
if you say like, there's a little flat on that, you know,
you'd just be devastated.
Yeah, I'd be like, I shouldn't sing at all. I'm the worst. Turn my mic off, please. I'll have a whole fit.
Wow.
Like pack my stuff up and go.
Wow.
But that was the filter.
Okay.
Is that anything that was short of perfect meant I didn't belong there at all.
Wow.
Right?
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've been dealing with now too, again, with these stories that we tell ourselves and that everything does not have to be perfect.
Right.
We had, over the holidays, we had family members, which I don't often care about how my house looked, as you can tell.
It's not exaggerating.
I got little ones, so, and I had to keep telling myself, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm gonna do the best that I can do with what I have, but it doesn't have to be perfect. And just because it's not perfect doesn't mean that it's not good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We think that, we have this, again, a story we telling ourselves that it has to be, this is what we think is perfect. No one, by the way, can ever reach perfection.
Yeah.
There's always in between, but it's good.
It's so good.
But in our head, that's what we heard.
That is.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So we're talking about communication, but not just how you communicate to others, but how you communicate to yourself.
Consider that.
Yeah. Because the way you communicate to yourself, sometimes the things that we tell ourselves about ourselves, it's just huge.
Yeah, and it's funny, and I've dealt with some nasty people before, right?
Yeah.
Who are just like, they talk about people, they cut people down and all that. And for some reason, I've had the opportunity to kind of get to know them intimately, and find out that they talk to themselves that way.
Oh my gosh!
So they're only reflecting how they feel about themselves to you.
Yeah.
You know, so that paying attention to how you communicate with yourself is huge.
Yeah. And I think we live life on automatic. So it takes practice to say.
Yeah.
So this is one thing that you can say along those lines is, what story am I telling myself?
Yeah.
What story am I telling myself that made me react this way?
Yeah.
You know, your aunt said, you know, why you got that child with a purple and a blue sock on? Right? You heard, I'm a terrible mother.
Yes.
And so now you start telling yourself, I'm a terrible mother because that child who's 5 years old picked his own socks. Really? Does it matter that he has he is not going to jail because he has on 2 different socks. Right? But we start telling ourselves the story. We talk to ourselves, and now we're mad at aunt because she said that.
Right.
But she came out of, well, if you're going to present yourself in the world, you need to have on matching socks.
Right.
So again, the whole communication.
And you could walk around for years thinking that she feels like you're a terrible mother.
Right.
Because that's how it translated to you.
That's right. And so now y'all don't get along. I think this might be for somebody. Y'all don't get along because she said that small comment to you, but you heard it another way, and now we don't speak to each other.
Ooh.
Isn't that crazy?
And that little
That's
seed,
little. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it's wrecked a relationship that you've had for years, that you could have had for years because of that one little comment. And it was simply, she said it how she viewed life. You heard it how you view life.
Okay, so let's talk about this, because that one little thing was very detrimental to a relationship, and that happens all the time.
Yes.
So now if
Yeah.
we're in that situation, right, what do we do differently if we're replaying that to stop that whole trail from going, should I go? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So for me, and this actually happened to me, not in those terms, but with my mom, that this happened to me, which I'm not proud to talk about, but on her deathbed, and this is being like very vulnerable and honest here, but on her deathbed, I just decided, no matter what is said, I'm just gonna take it for what she said and not feel like I have to defend myself or got something else to say or whatever. And I'm sad to say that I had to wait till the very end to get this in my head. She's talking out of her pain. She's talking of how she's viewing the world.
Yeah.
But all these years, I let just little things that was said over the years put stories in my head that make me think, now I'm about to cry. Story that I know, that's supposed to be a counseling session.
Even though I'm like,
I know. Yeah, I should have responded, and what I would say is respond to it, first of all, pausing and listening to what you're telling yourself, and try to consider where it's coming from. This person had a tough life, or maybe they were told as a child, don't go out of the house unless you look your best and all of that, right? Because something could happen to you if you don't look your best. I mean, it could be anything. You know, I think now I would say pause.
Yeah.
Consider who's saying it. You know, if it's hurting you really, really bad, you can I would say, you know, Aunt so-and-so, it made me feel like this when you talked about him having on a purple and a blue sock.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't put any blame on you.
Yeah.
I said, this is how I felt. I felt like a bad mom. And then she would probably say, sweetheart, what are you talking about? No, you're not a bad mom. You're a good mom.
Yeah.
I just think when you go out, you should look. And then that would have been the end of that.
Yeah.
You know, so communication again is huge.
Huge. And I think that's a great solution. And I think that also takes vulnerability.
Yeah.
To be able to go and say, this is how that made me feel when you said that.
Yeah.
You know, and so, and I think sometimes, and for me at least, I know I can be scared to go to someone and say, this is how it made me feel.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm now even putting myself out there more.
Yeah.
So like, even if I thought you hurt me, I feel like even to say it, to even verbalize.
Yeah.
You hurt me when you said this.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm stepping out even more.
I know.
So what if you cut me down even more? But it's like, it is a risk you have to take because like you probably, I would say 8 to 9 times out of 10, it's not as bad as you thought it was.
Yeah.
And so it's like you could mend a relationship
Oh,
or prevent one from falling apart by just being honest about how something made you feel.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you being vulnerable right now because I think that's a good lesson.
On to our 100
followers.
This is a lot of
close knit group.
I know. You guys can feel my pain.
I know. I appreciate it. So this is good stuff.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you would say to people who are struggling to communicate or?
I would say, well, especially listening to your story and stuff, and it reminded me of something that I did learn from a counselor.
Okay.
But it's just like you said, when you said you would say to your mom, it made me feel this way when you said that. I think that we can be very honest about the reality for us and how it made us feel versus like if we're always trying to address these facts.
Yeah.
So if we can, if we can be, like a counselor told me, like you can be, like instead of arguing over or trying to talk about, oh no, you did take the red paper.
Okay.
What really is happening?
No, honey.
Because you're really talking about at the end of the day how something made you feel.
Yeah.
It's not technically about you took the red paper,
Right.
You took the last biscuit when I wanted blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's like, how did that make you feel?
Yeah, it made me feel like.
Yeah, and so if you can get to the core of.
Michael, stop, please.
I want to get in.
Okay,
if you can just get to the core of what you're trying to communicate and what you want to get out of that conversation, then I think you can have success.
Yeah,
with
cool.
that person.
All right, well, this was really good. I think it was a great counseling session for me. So you guys, thank you so much for hanging with us on the Chat and Chew Show.
Thank you.
And you can follow us at Chat and Chew Show, and that is you can listen anywhere podcasts are, and we'd love to hear from you guys.
Yes.
To hear what you think, and so we will see you next time.
All right, bye.
Say goodbye. All right, cool. All right, cool.
This show was brought to you by the Chat and Chew Company. Music by Elwood Jones. Lyrics by Roxanne. Bring a Chat and Chew live event to your organization. Contact us at chatandchewshow@gmail.com.